DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines, proudly brings you Equal Justice. Find out the hottest legal issues of the week and hear the analysis. And now, here are your hosts, Attorney Ador Tolentino.
We're making account of what transpires.
Attorney Paul Sangalan.
Your concern.
And Attorney June Quicho.
Right, of the country. And many tourist the Philippines, and welcome to Equal Justice. This is Attorney Ador Tolentino, and with me here in the studio is Attorney June Quicho, who's engaged in the potential guest, I suppose. Anyway, as we know, little knowledge is very dangerous.
Yes.
Some people, they just quick to jump to conclusions that without really looking into the details of the framework agreement. And let's give a chance to this basic law later on to be discussed further, deliberated upon, and amended if you may, or corrected, rectified, or whatever. Okay, but the thing here is that there need to be such a law already that will be the operative law to establish the Bangsamoro.
Yeah, and of course we need
autonomous region.
I think what we need is also to take a posturing, to take on an attitude that is open, because especially the ones who have not been to Mindanao or who actually have not encountered our who've not really understood so much, known so much about our Muslim brothers and sisters.
But
the situation in Mindanao, and also the Lumans in Mindanao. The people, the land, the wealth in Mindanao, and the years, decades, actually centuries of neglect that Mindanao has suffered, have actually do not really appreciate, or do not have a good appreciation of things like this, because what's happening here is that you are enacting a special law for Mindanao, and you just ask, why, bakit Mindanao lang, diba? But there is a history to that, and because of the ARMM experience was really bad, and then that is again this is again a basis for many of us to judge things like this from as a matter of from a religious point of view.
Yeah, because
kasi talaga yung mga Muslim, something like that. I think we really need to take on an attitude that is open, so that we can understand the provisions of the law or the draft law that they are or the bill that they are drafting right now.
Besides, in my opinion, we owe it to them.
Yes.
We owe it to them because of you have to admire. One of the things that I admire of the people who compose the BTC and of this administration is that attitude where they are strong enough and politically mature enough and progressive enough to admit that we as a people have neglected Mindanao.
Right.
From so many different levels, political, economic, developmental, and so on. And you have to admit that a lack of concern is also a form of oppression.
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
historically, that's we
very true.
The central government used to have an attitude where that's their problem.
Yeah.
Let's just suppress the problem instead of actually addressing it. And I remember when I was in grade school, my principal was a very progressive in Jasam. She had a very progressive attitude about the problem in Mindanao. And she said, you can't have peace in an area when people are hungry.
Yeah.
You can't have peace in an area, in a conflict area, when basic rights are not respected.
Right.
When basic human needs are not given or provided for. And I think the Bangsamoro, or however you want to call it can be arm, Bangsamoro, whatever. We owe it to them to take that first huge step.
Yes.
Towards that direction, towards peace. It's as simple as that. It's towards peace.
Yeah, I believe that has been actually their desire ever since, from their initial secessionist move to autonomy to this one that really will bring back to them the opportunity and the chance also to govern by, themselves. Okay, and after all, as we say, what we will be thinking over the years that we are the better Filipinos and we will take care of their welfare may not be after all the real thing.
Yes. There's a difficulty with cities, no? Because I think because of the mix, no, of the mix and the dominant population in these cities, they actually do not want to join, autonomous regions because I think they enjoy better autonomy just by remaining as
Under the
regular
supervision or direction of the national government.
Yes, yes.
I have a very selfish reason why I want the Bangsamoro to succeed. It will bring peace to the region, and that would allow me to go diving in Tawi-Tawi.
You know what? That's also
It's true, which is beautiful.
Yes,
it's
yes.
amazingly
Actually, they
beautiful
say that Tawi-Tawi. If you see the beaches there, my
It's
God,
beautiful. Yes.
They say. Well, basically, the Tawi-Tawi people are peace loving. They are not really unlike the people in Sulu. They are not warriors. I think they're more of
but
peace loving people.
You know the problem. I think the problem because I've been to as far as the Turtle Islands, which is actually part of a tri-national park, national park.
Shared with Malaysia.
Yeah, shared with Malaysia and Indonesia. And what I noticed is that it is actually not the MILF, not this traditional secessionist groups, no, but actually the what you call this, yung mga Abu Sayyaf.
And that's where
that's
the other concern is.
weird.
Yes.
Hindi
That's where the other concern
MLF
is.
Hindi MLF, hindi MNLF. Ito yung mga lost command na mga grupo. These are the ones that actually bring
causing.
You know, the problem there is that what really saddens me is that when I was in Malaysia, kasi pag pupunta ka sa Turtle Islands, na portion of Philippines, what you do is you fly all the way to Malaysia and then cross the borders. Kasi ano lang yan 45-minute ride
From Sabah.
Yes, from Sabah on a high-powered speedboat. No? Speedboat na high-powered pa. 45 minutes, naroon ka na. No? Doon sa Malaysia, yung portion ng Turtle Islands na nasa Malaysia, 1 year ang booking. 1 year in advance ang booking ng mga
Because the scuba diving is amazing.
Yes,
The diving is amazing.
And
It's really
the interaction, the turtle interaction, pagdating mo sa Pilipinas, it's just so beautiful and yet there is no single tourist.
There's no infrastructure. That's the
Actually,
problem.
except for a small research station on Pawikans. And that's it. And the
So it's
tourism
what are you
opportunity-
saying? It's not yet developed as a tourist spot, or
it's
or
not
is
yet developed, and precisely because
Of
there is
security
conflict.
concerns.
The conflict.
because of security concerns.
Yes, and we're losing
So that
a lot.
part which Malaysia covers is teeming with tourists.
Yes. Isang taon po ang ano
Yeah.
roon. In fact, one of my classmates
Well,
in
Malaysia really has a very effective tourism proposals
Yes.
board. They
But
have that.
remember there were
That's what-
Malaysians that were kidnapped in the Turtle
Yes,
Islands.
yes, before.
I mean, there's one of the Turtle Islands. Baka Abu Sayyaf yung nag-kidnap,
Yes.
di ba?
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah.
And that leads me to the other concern about peace in the region, because I don't know if it's accurate, but I read an article where they cite that out of approximately 600 incidents of conflict in Mindanao, the rebel groups actually only account for about 150. The rest are caused by bandit groups, warlords, political, and so on.
Yeah.
And one concern that I wanted to ask Ms. Rex earlier was, won't we have a potential Afghanistan or Iraq issue here, where when the US pulls out, the remaining government in the area, the remaining authority in the area might not be equipped to handle all the other warlords or people,
Right.
armed groups in the area.
Yes.
So I wonder if we would the relationship between the national government and the Bangsamoro would be such that at any time the president can send the Philippine military there to help suppress any kind of armed group.
Yeah, I think that's what Raisa said a while ago, that the national government,
Will still have those
military
reserve
force
powers.
will just be a reserve power. So when when the necessity arises, maybe the national government can mobilize
It's an
this
important
reserve
point.
power to make sure that, of course, peace and order is maintained at all times in that area.
You know, it's also interesting though about the Bangsamoro Framework Agreement. They're going to be voting their leaders based on a parliamentary system. Which is actually interesting.
Which is different from us, from
Very
the way we
different
do it.
from-
Yeah.
from the way we
Okay,
do it.
so how do you do that in a parliamentary system?
You
So-
will be electing not individuals, but
Representatives.
MPs.
essentially, precisely, parties.
Yes.
And then the elected the representatives of those parties
Will elect a
convene.
leader. So
And
they
then elect a
will,
leader.
so they will not elect their own governor or regional chairman or whatever.
No,
Yeah.
they'll
They will elect the prime minister of the Bangsamoro.
Bangsamoro.
Yes.
So something like
Well, we'll see. I mean, that kind of political system or government system might work for them, and if it does work, maybe the national government can take a second look, and maybe that would be a good argument to push for a parliamentary form of government also in the national level. Let's pause for another break from our studio, and when we come back, let's talk about lighter things. The time interval, which is as captured in the CCTV, when Navarro went in, and when Cornejo went out, and then when Cedric Lee went in. The sequences belie the claim of possibility of rape because it's just 1-2 minutes
But
after.
You know what though? If I was Mang Navarro, I'd be so insulted. Are you telling me that I can be done in 1 minute? I'd be so insulted. I'm just kidding.
But the thing here is, well,
What's
a
the
possibility of rape could really happen also in 1 minute.
Yeah, it's,
Insert one of your appendages.
and
It's
that's
right.
right. Yeah. Touch,
Yeah.
just by touching.
Exactly.
You're touching.
You're touching.
Touching between that
Now
touching
we're talking
of
about
the
two-
genitalia.
Yeah.
The genitalia.
Now we're talking
Yeah.
law.
Now we're
Okay.
Yeah, but with finger or any appendage, not your organ.
Yeah, because in the past
It has to be inserted.
it used to be that
Penetration.
the penetration
Yeah.
by the male organ
Yes.
into the vagina.
Yes.
Okay.
But that
Why
was,
not
the
female?
definition
But it-
changed.
Yes, the definition has been changed.
That was a
so the
old
law has
rape.
been changed.
Yeah.
Which is this is very instructive in that
Yes,
in
yes.
this sense, no? That any insertion
Mm.
or
Mere touch.
Mere touch.
of the
Okay.
genitalia.
Yes, but not mere touch of the finger.
Yeah, of course. There has to be penetration.
Yes.
And there is rape.
With the finger, it
Yes.
has to be penetrated.
yes, and there is rape when the woman says
Now I
"Go."
take my word. I take my statement back.
Hmm.
Maybe the reason why this girl claims to be raped after all was in 1 minute there was an insertion
Could be. Actually,
by a finger.
from a medical legal point of view,
Yeah, that's rape already.
That's rape already.
Well, when
But
the
how
woman,
can
that
her
is
know
when the woman
I think that's
says
what
"Go."
Attorney Calya is saying
Saying.
over
Yeah.
interviews that
Yes,
these are lay people, they don't understand the technical definition of rape. Now rape means anything inserted is rape.
Yeah. Well, anyway, how did she go out? Was she running, crying, or
No.
And that's
Based on the CCTV, she was even in fact
Fixing her
her hair, smiling, smirking or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that really go against her.
Yes.
Against her statement.
Yes.
Because she was riding down the elevator, she was smiling at her reflection.
Yes, and there's
on
no
the elevator.
hurrying. There's no
There's no
hurrying at
element
all.
of, there's no
Yeah.
element of how would you put
urgency
it? Urgency.
or
Or,
being
yeah.
scared and running away from
Or
something.
violation.
So
Exactly.
my question now is that, my interest now is that, so what was the motivation
Money.
for modeling? Because money.
Well, you mentioned
He has a lot of money.
You mentioned a while ago that these two may have a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
previous incident maybe.
Yeah, they may.
Yes.
No, I mean Lee and Denise may have a relationship.
Do they have a relationship?
That's an
That's the
angle that's
rumor
never
mong-
been explored.
That's the rumor mongering that
Yeah, because that has to be established.
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
Who is Cedric Lee in the life of Denise, such that at such an hour, he together with other friends would be there at that condo.
Yes.
Coincidentally,
Yes.
when Navarro
Yes.
was also there and
Yes.
trying to
And he actually
finish
knew.
off
Yeah, and he
his,
actually
art
knew what to do
desires.
with He actually knew what to do with Bong Navarro.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
So well, Attorney
Conspiracy
Alma
pa.
Malyonga,
So what will be
a
the cases?
valedictorian of class 1986, I think, in UP. Okay,
Who is she representing?
Navarro. So Navarro is in the hands of a good lady lawyer, actually.
Oh, by the way, I think there's also another interesting thing I came across. Attorney Dennis Manalo is also co-representing Bong Navarro.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there was an article that said that his law firm used to represent Cedric Lee in another case.
that's conflict of interest.
But during
You
an
cannot do
interview,
that.
Dennis Manalo was asked about it
Yeah.
by someone from
And
the
what did he
media.
say?
And he said, "Well, I'm representing Cedric, Bong Navarro,
Against who?
against Cedric Lee and all the people who attacked him. And my law firm is out of the picture. I think he's forgotten some of his jurisprudence.
Yes.
Yes.
That's actually conflict of interest. Regardless, that the case is related to a certain previous, incident where you are actually representing another client, the other client. That's
May raise.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's,
In fact-
there's a question of conflict.
Biruin mo kung ganyan ka big time yan, ano yung hinihingi mo na
1
dalawang
million.
milyon?
Barya nga lang so yun.
Barya nga.
Exactly.
You know,
Barya lang
so
yun sa
there
kanya.
has to be a reason bigger than extortion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, for me, my take on this is first of all, I don't like them both.
Okay.
Right?
Who does?
I think
Straight.
Cedric Lee is a fishy character. And after ABS-CBN came out with all of these reports about his background, about his business dealings, I mean, clearly something's fishy about it, right? Bong Navarro enjoys a particular reputation when it comes to women.
So his reputation
Mr.
precedes
Suave.
him.
Yeah.
Mr. Suave.
He has the gall and the temerity to call himself Mr. Suave, so there must be something fishy there as well.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I really don't. I don't
he's
think
an adult guy, okay?
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
that's
he's
right,
an adult
that's
guy.
right, that's right.
But you
So
mean
he's
another
bachelor.
guy?
He's
He was married once.
was married
Married
once.
before.
Yeah.
So I really don't like the personalities involved. But there is an interesting take or observation you can make with what's happening insofar as our attitudes are concerned when it comes to men and women and our attitudes towards sex.
Yes.
Because what's interesting here, and this is pointed out by a really good friend of mine, is that we have the tendency, when we don't like a woman, we have a tendency to slut shame them.
Yes.
Like, well, you asked for it, or maybe you should have
Yes.
invited him,
Yes.
or maybe you should have worn this, and so on. And I think there's something wrong with that, particularly because whatever really happened, it happened closed doors, so we don't really know
Yes.
whether she got whether
It's an open door. Unlocked door.
unlocked door. We don't really know what happened
Yeah,
between
probably.
them. But
Pwede kasi gano'n eh.
we do know one thing. We do know that the guy, Bong Navarro,
Mhm.
has a girlfriend.
Yes.
So what
Yes.
are you doing with another
Yes,
girl?
exactly.
He has a girlfriend. He has
Yes.
a girlfriend right now.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna judge people by the facts
Yes.
and their character,
Mm.
then really something's you know,
Yes.
the what? I
Precisely.
said facts, simple facts. One, he admitted to going to that girl.
Yes.
Two, willingly. No one forced him to
Yes.
visit that girl.
Yes.
Two, he admitted that something happened.
Yes.
And
Yes, but not sex.
now, not sex.
Not sex.
Now he claims it's
Sorry.
now he claims it's oral. It's an entirely oral exercise.
Yes, yes.
Like,
Monica?
It's an oral.
is that Lewinsky? It is an oral exercise.
Yes.
So he admitted that. And third, he has a girlfriend right now. So if you
Yeah.
think about it, with the facts, with the admissions
Yes,
as
yes.
facts,
Mhm.
then this guy has a problem with his character. I mean, he's the one who's been unfaithful.
Mm.
So
Is that a new discovery?
sorry.
Is that a new discovery on your
Nah,
part?
actually,
Were you, you sound surprised?
no. It's just that I feel sad that about the attitude as far as the woman's concerned.
Yes.
Precisely, because
They're mixing it. We should be pissed. For everyone who cares about Bong Navarro, and I heard that there's a lot.
there's
They
a
put
lot.
up a website, and there's like 3-point-something million
Yes,
people
yes.
who
It's like-
supporting him. For all of you who said like to that or click like on that website, be angry at the guy. Be angry at the girl. That's fine. That's fine. But don't denigrate the woman for making a claim about rape.
Yes.
You can say I disagree with her.
Mhm.
You can say I don't think it happened. But please be careful with saying, oh, no, she deserved it, or maybe she was asking for it. Let's be careful with that because that's, in my opinion,
And no
that's
woman wants to be
denigrating.
raped. No,
Exactly.
No woman wants
Exactly.
Of
And-
course.
and
It's like
no-
this.
And no woman is
I've never
unrapeable.
accepted a rape case in my life. People ask me why. I will defend someone accused of murder. I will defend someone who's accused of being a sociopath, or a psychopath. But I cannot defend someone who's been accused of rape
Yeah.
because for me it's the most
But you can
unforgivable crime.
prosecute.
Oh, I
the
would
case of
love
rape.
to prosecute
Yes,
the case of
yes.
rape. Oh, but not this case. I am particularly not interested in this case because I think all of them. Honestly, I think all of them are lying.
Yes.
They're all lying. They're all hiding.
Actually,
something.
the first time that this girl and the business man friend, okay, Lee.
Cedric Lee.
Yeah, Cedric Lee. The first time that they granted interview by ABS-CBN, I think. I just couldn't find an explanation how stolid their faces were and how contrived they tried to make a convincing story out of it. Especially the girl, you know, if there's a victim here, and the way she says it and her expression, no expression at all. It's like it's a scripted line, you know.
Yeah, actually,
if there's a victim here, there's no that was
there's no.
me. That was me.
Speaking from in our experience, and just to explain this to our listeners, in our experience as litigators, we have a pretty good sense of someone who's lying.
Oh yes.
And you in the interviews that I watched,
the demeanor,
the logic,
exactly,
the logic of the
exactly.
statement, and there's so many holes.
Anyway, interesting talk, but we have to cut it short, ladies and gentlemen, because we are already over time. And next meeting, are we going to already start with our new format, or are we ready?
Well, I thought Attorney June is preparing for his.
No, that's just for his recorded.
Later on, we'll talk about that. Let's
So
talk
what
about
I'm
it in
talking
public.
about is, our segment.
The
Because-
format,
Yeah, the 4 segments. We have to be responsible for our own segment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I will be absent next week.
Anyway,
I'm actually paying forward, that's why I'm here. Because next Saturday, I will be in Palawan.
Really?
Talking to some.
Okay.
To some
And next Saturday I will have I have a seminar also.
Yeah.
You're also absent?
Yeah, I'll be out of town
And what
because it's
about
my
Woody?
mother's birthday.
No, I'll be here.
You'll be here?
I'll be here.
Oh, okay. You can invite a guest.
Yeah,
Because all of us will not be here. Except you.
I intend to invite Denise. Yeah, we can dish it out.
Oh, suddenly Paul is available.
I'll be here despite my mother's birthday. That will be Paul's newsstand.
Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. And well, we will not be complete next episode, but of course, the show will run.
The show will go on. The show will go on. Showbiz na tayo.
Yes, of course. The show must go on.
Yes.
So, alright, it's time to say goodbye, and thank you for tuning in here. Equal Justice. This has been Attorney Ador Tolentino.
This has been Attorney Jude Picho.
Paul Sangalang.
And Attorney Bodhi Pulido.
And this is Equal Justice.